I want to buy a new house. Do I need to sell my current home or can I buy a new house without having my home sold? I get this question a lot. I'm Jared Halbert, a local mortgage broker here in Queen Creek, Arizona, servicing all of Arizona, taking care of all of my Arizonians. And I've been here my whole life. Like, I can't even leave. I go on vacation and I'm like, hey, I want to live here. This is nice. And then I remember, oh, wait, I visited here when the weather was awesome. It can change just like Arizona. Like if you come to visit Arizona in the wintertime, you're going to be like, oh my gosh, I want to live here. It's nice. And then it's the summertime. You're like, what was I thinking? So no, but been here my whole life. I love it here. Let me jump into this one because I get this question a lot. How do I, Jared? I want to buy a new home. I found a new home, but I haven't sold my other house. How can I do it? So there's a few ways to do that. The number one way, the easiest way, is if you qualify for both mortgage payments. If your income is strong enough that you can carry both mortgage payments, that's the easiest way to do it. That's the way I like to set it up. But it's not always the case, and I totally understand. So there's other options out there. Another option is a lot of my clients who are moving from a certain home have a great interest rate. There was a time where we had really low interest rates, and a lot of people refinanced into those rates. If you're one of the lucky ones with low interest rates, you don't want to move, you don't want to sell your house anyways because you love it and you love the payment and it's cheap and it's always something to fall back on, rent it out. Get a lease agreement, rent it out to someone, and we could take that lease agreement along with we'll order something from an appraiser that goes out there and tells you what the house will rent for. Between those two, we can use that to offset your monthly mortgage payment. That just helps give you the extra income to offset that payment, and then you can qualify for the next house. But what if you don't have a down payment? What if you're relying on that house to be sold for the down payment? Okay, that's another question. So if there isn't the down payment, you got to prepare for that down payment. Whether it's saving it or whether it's getting a home equity line of credit on your current home, I recommend everybody to have a line of credit on their home, especially if they have a lot of equity. Just get one because you don't have to draw from it. You don't have to pull money out of it. I have a whole video on this that I'll link, but you don't have to use it. But if you do, say in the future, you're like, hey, time to move, you have access to that equity to use for a down payment on the new house and then to rent out your old house. Or if you end up selling it, you sell it and you pay off both, the first lien on it and the second lien, which is the HELOC. So a couple different options there, but there are ways that people can move without having their home sold. Okay. Another one, there is another option out there. It's called the bridge loan. Bridge loans were created. They were actually popular for a little while. They kind of died off, but they were popular, and I think they're going to come back, honestly. A bridge loan is one where you've got a lender who's willing to lend you money based on you still selling your house. It's called a bridge for a reason. It bridges you over to the next house, and they give you about 12 months to sell that first house. So different options people have. Again, my very favorite is the first option. Just because if you can qualify for both, you already have a down payment, you're good to go. And not only does it make my life easier, your life easier, the lender's life easier, it's just a simple process. But I understand most people aren't in that situation. And that's where I would lean to either the HELOC option or the renting option, renting out the home. Let's say you bought the house, but you still want to put money into it. The new house needs some new carpet or a paint job because the seller was cheap and didn't want to do it. Now you have that, if you had that line of credit or money saved up, you could put it towards fixing up that house. You could still be living in the old house, fix up the house, right? Move into it when you're ready, get your old house ready, and then put it on the market to sell it. So home equity line of credits are cool for that, but those are some options and some workarounds and ways to get you into the new house without having your prior house sold. Any questions, reach out to me. I'm here for you guys. Love it. Bye.